Hey there, you Daniacs. We're back from GreatDaneCare.com. Now, if you're like us, you're getting excited about the upcoming 4th of July here just in a couple of days. Now, while us humans have a blast celebrating America's independence, it's not always the same for our dogs and for our Great Danes. And that, of course, is due to the fireworks and their loud noises and sounds that they're just not used and accustomed to. So in today's videos, we'll be talking about different tips and tricks to help keep your Great Dane comfortable when dealing with fireworks and also prevent escapes and other things from happening as well. Now, if you're brand new to the channel, my name is Zach and this is Gus, and we're part of the team from GreatDaneCare.com, and it's our mission to help Great Danes and their families everywhere to live safer and be happier and live longer lives. So if this is something that resonates with you, make sure to go ahead and subscribe to our channel down below so you don't miss out on any future updates. Now, while our human families enjoy going out to enjoy the sun, be on the boat, maybe have some barbecue or even some adult beverages, our Great Danes oftentimes do not have the best experience with 4th of July due to the fireworks and other scary things that are happening, and frankly I don't blame them. If I weren't to have somebody explain to me what exactly it was that was exploding above us in the sky, I would also find it quite frightening as well, so I don't blame them for being scared at times. Now, unfortunately, animal shelters kind of across the United States have reported that July 5th, the day after 4th of July, is often the busiest day of the year because so many animals have been frightened and scared and gotten out of their homes and gotten away from their families. Now, obviously, this is heartbreaking to not only just worry about your dog getting lost or worried about them, but they could very well get injured in the process as well. So everything we can do to help prevent this from happening is extremely important. So with that, we'll jump into some tips and tricks to help ensure some safety around 4th of July. Now, the first place that I'll start, knowing that there is a lot of anxiety often that can be kind of driven to hearing these loud sounds and explosions when the fireworks shows do begin. One really helpful way to help prevent this from becoming an issue is to actually spend a lot of time, whether it be early that morning or even midday if you have the chance, taking your Great Dane out to exercise. So playing fetch with a ball, running back and forth at the dog park, playing with other dogs, anything you can do to help kind of get out this excess energy so that way they're a little bit tired, maybe a little bit sleepy later in the evening when the fireworks show begins. That's a great way to kind of help reduce some of that potential anxiety when the show does begin there. Now, in addition to kind of getting out some of the excess energy, other things you can also consider doing inside your home here would be things like making sure that they have ample toys and treats to distract them. So perhaps you withhold a favorite toy for a couple days leading up to this, or even get a brand new toy, something to make sure they have plenty of toys to kind of be entertained with and preoccupied and kind of distracted from what's going on is a great way to help kind of deal with this. Now, in addition to toys, you can also, of course, use things like food and treats as well. So perhaps this is taking one of those Kong rubber toys, filling it up with peanut butter the day before, and sticking it in the freezer. So that way your Great Dane has to work extra hard to kind of get out some of the frozen peanut butter. Perhaps it's taking a brand new raw meaty bone and letting them chew on that for a few hours as a delicious brand new treat. That's another great option to kind of, once again, like the toys, preoccupy them. Now, even with these things in place, having been well exercised, having toys and treats, of course they may still be scared. So another important thing is to make sure that they have access to their safe place. So this could be their crate, it could be their bed. If there's a particular toy that they kind of like to snuggle with when they're feeling scared, make sure, if possible, that you have these things available so that way they're able to kind of spend some time around them and be comforted. And of course, last but not least, let's not forget ourselves as the family here, being present to help and calm them when possible. Now, in addition to these actions here for exercise and treats and comfort items, you can also help deaden the sound effects of the fireworks themselves and these different sounds by doing things like closing your shutters or your blinds, inside the house, perhaps turning on white noise machines or having the TV on just as a way to kind of help counteract these loud sounds that your Great Dane may be hearing outside that really kind of throws them off balance. If there's kind of a baseline level of minimal noise, maybe that'll help cut through it and have it not be quite as shocking to them. Now, last but not least, for the things that you can do also include some kind of different medical approaches. Now, these are things that I would not recommend trying for the very first time on the 4th of July, but try these in advance. But different things like herbal remedies, calming chews, perhaps a CBD oil. These are all different things that you could try just to see if that does help to relax your Great Dane and kind of put them at ease. Now, I will say that not all of these will work for every single dog, so that's why if you've tried one of these before and seen positive effects, maybe that's a great thing to kind of have on hand for the 4th of July. If you've never tried any of these, of course you can pick up some at your local store or through some kind of online marketplace. I'll put a few links below in the description that I'll be upfront. They are affiliate links, but it doesn't cost you anything if you want to try them out, so have at it if you'd like to. But these are things that, once again, you want to make sure that you test and try out with your dog, in advance. That way you're not having an unknown reaction leading up to an event that's already going to be stressful in itself as well. Now, with all of those approaches that I mentioned, while they are all very helpful and valuable, the best thing that you can do to put your Great Dane at ease on the 4th of July during all these celebrations and all the fun that we're having as the human side of the family is to simply be with them. And this is one of the mistakes that I think many families make, is they of course want to go out and have a great time and they leave their dog behind at home. If you kind of take into the accumulation of all the different perhaps stress or anxiety of being left alone, and then they haven't maybe been outside for a few hours and these crazy bombs are going off in the air with lights, you can see why it would certainly be a stressful event to them. So if possible, you could choose to stay home and simply celebrate this event and this holiday with your family and friends here. Or if you do want to go out to be perhaps at another friend's house, see if you can take your dog with you. They're always going to be, when they're scared, they're going to look to you for comfort first. So if that's an option, or at least try to make it an option to bring your Great Dane with you, so that way they aren't being left alone for the stressful event. So these are our best tips we have for kind of keeping the 4th of July both a safe and fun event, both for our human and canine sides of our family here. I'll also put a link down in the description where we've got an article on our website that also covers these a little bit more in depth. That way, if you want to kind of have these as reference reading material, you'll have the link there. But with that, we hope you have a fantastic 4th of July with your friends and family, and stay safe and celebrate America's birthday. Till next time, stay Daney, my friends.